In the chat, you can put on your mic. Okay, I know seeing generally from Trini here. No cameras on. I have no permission to use your image, but by all means, we could you all could join in by or be engaged in the lesson via your mic. Nice. So everybody is geared up and ready for this evening. Let me get some thumbs up. Let me get some C senior, etc. If perchance you are seeing this on YouTube and you're joining us, you're hearing, you're watching, etc., bienvenidos a ustedes también. Good evening to you all as well. Y pues vamos a comenzar, ¿no? ¿Listos para comenzar, chicos? ¿Estamos listos, sí o no? Everybody ready? Now, Joshua knows me from school, and one thing Joshua would agree is that I like the small talk. So, like, here come in my class, I want to be quiet. So, buenas noches a todos. ¿Estamos listos para empezar?
Sí.
Sí, gracias. Gracias. Gabriel, I ain't hearing from you at all. All right, let's begin, guys. So, vamos a comenzar con, pues, otra semana de lecciones. Esta sesión hoy vamos a discutir, vamos a repasar el tema de compras. Las compras, vamos a repasar este tema, el tema las compras. So this is our topic for today, las compras. Nice. Shopping. Lesson 5. From next week, we enter into a new domain, guys. We're looking, that's the championship rounds. We'll have finished the first half of the season and we're going into the championship round. So make sure and be there from next week, especially. So the objectives for our lessons today, we're going to identify the different types of shops in Spanish, and we're going to learn an expression. We'll have met the pronoun se before. When talking about reflexive verbs, me baño, te bañas, se baña, etc. But we're going to see the word say. We're going to see the word say used in a different light. The pronoun say, where we call the impersonal say this time, yeah? So, vamos a hacer las compras. Vamos a ver el video para comenzar, como siempre. Let's watch the video to begin firstly. Buenas noches, Zachariah. So we're trying to pick up, what is she speaking about? What is she even speaking about? Yes, she'll be speaking as a native speaker. She'll be speaking quite quickly. Nonetheless, by all means, we're going to try and pick up exactly what is this lady speaking about. Okay? So pay attention. Closed captions are on in case we need that as well. And let's go.
Hola amigos, bienvenidos a la lección de hoy. Hoy vamos a ver mi tema favorito, ir de compras, going shopping. Doesn't everyone like going shopping? I think so. Yo creo que sí. Primero empecemos con vocabulario, vocabulary. So, where do you go shopping? ¿Dónde vas de compras? Podría ser, it could be, centro comercial, shopping mall, tienda departamental, department store, supermercado, grocery store or supermarket, or zapateria, shoe store. Before buying something, you might want to ask how much it is, in case it is too expensive. Muy caro. And in that case, you can start negotiating. Or if it's muy barato, very cheap, then you can buy it right away. Do you know which one of these options means how much? Take a look at the screen. Is it como? Or is it cuándo? Or cuánto? Or maybe cuánto cuesta? Excelente. That's the correct answer. ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuestan estos zapatos? Let's analyze this a little bit further. Why would we use cuestan and not cuesta? Well, it's because zapatos is plural. So for singular, we would say, ¿Cuánto cuesta esta camisa? How much does this shirt cost? Did you also notice there is a new word? Este. Este would be this in masculine, or esta for feminine. Or for these, we would say estos in masculine or estas in feminine. We can also say, as in that's, ese in masculine or esa in feminine. Or we could say those, esos or esas in feminine. Let's take a look at this pen. Pluma. Pluma. ¿Cuánto cuesta esa pluma? Now it's your turn. Take a look at this picture. Can you ask how much it costs? Great, you got it. ¿Cuánto cuesta este sombrero? Ahora ya sabes cómo preguntar cuánto cuesta algo. Now you know how to ask how much something costs. Thank you for joining me today.
Ajá, muy bien. Yo sé que fue muchas cosas que ella discutió. Había tantas cosas, pero ¿qué es lo que escuchemos? Dime. Tell me about what you heard, what you pick up, anything. Remember, these are revision sessions, so all of the information we should have met before. So you all share with me. ¿Quién me quiere decir? I'm seeing in the chat, Schusto, Zapateria, nice. What else? Big phrase, ¿cuánto cuesta? I'm seeing some new names joining us. We have supermercado. So we learned about the different places we could go and do shopping. We have supermercado. ¿Dónde podemos hacer las compras? Where else? Anybody picked up any of the other places where we could go to do shopping? La tienda, the store, excellent. Go ahead, Lanil.
Supermercado, the supermarkets.
Uh-huh.
Centro comercial, the mall.
Excelente. Centro comercial. And I just pause there, Lanil. I want to make a quick correction. I don't know if you all saw that blog I put out this week, but wrong answers are always welcome in my class so that you could go into the exam with the right answer. Sometimes students make the error of putting centro de comercial, as I'm seeing in the chat here, right? Never centro de. Centro comercial. El centro comercial, literally the commercial center, right? Which is what we say, or we mean to say when we want to say mall in Spanish. So el centro comercial, never de, right? El centro comercial, thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you, Lanil. So many other things we spoke about, right? She also talked about describing the different things based on the cost. Anybody remember any of the words we heard regarding to cost?
Barato, cheap.
Sí, tuvimos, ella habló sobre barato, muy caro. And what we need to remember is that these words change depending on the article we're talking about. So for example, una camisa cara, an expensive shirt, right? Una camisa barata, a cheap shirt. Nice to remember to make those changes. She also spoke about the key phrase. Listen, I think everybody likes to shop, especially when you go in a foreign country. And you see those two words, cuánto cuesta or cuánto cuestan, can take you very far. Can put you into plenty expense. Or make you get the best deals, right? Because once you know how to use these words, cuánto cuesta, cuánto cuestan, then we know, you just go in the mall, cuánto cuesta, cuánto cuesta, cuánto cuesta, and we can navigate there, yeah? We don't know any other word in Spanish, but once we know that, we got to go. But what is the difference between cuánto cuesta and cuánto cuestan? Can anybody tell me?
One singular and one plural.
All right, give me some more explanation on that one singular, one plural. What do you mean by that exactly, Joel? I know we just be quick to take off that mic, like we are free to hear our own voice or something. I don't know what it is. You know, like when you're playing catch and rescue, as a child, you had to run to home free. Joel, come give us some explanation. What do you mean by singular and plural? Explain some more. Okay, I know see that was Joel in the chat. Anybody want to ask sister? They want to add to what she says?
The noun you're talking about?
Say that again?
The noun that you're talking about, like how it has zapatos.
So the article I want to purchase, if it's more than one thing, like shoes, we say quanto cuestan. But if it's one thing, and Zachariah put this in the chat for us just now, thank you, Zachariah. Right? If it's one thing, we say cuesta. So quanto cuesta esta camisa? How much does this shirt cost? One shirt. But cuanto cuestan estos zapatos? How much do these shoes cost? Right? More than one thing. Nice? You following so far? We good to go? Cuestan. Yeah, I know that was a typo. Don't beat up Zachariah. So we're moving right along. Y tenemos aquí una lista de vocabulario. Una lista de diferentes cosas que tienen que ver con las compras. A list of the different things when we're talking about shopping. Entonces tenemos la tienda. And you all could repeat with your mics off. By all means, we don't want it to get too noisy. But the most important thing is as you're repeating, you're saying it out loud. You ain't studying by my cousin here. Next thing they making joke how I'm saying the Spanish or pronounce. You have no time for shame and everything, right? You say it out loud. That's how we get accustomed and be able to perform well for the oral exam. So, la tienda. La tienda. You have store or shop. Tenemos la ropa. La ropa. La ropa. You notice I'm rolling my R for the ropa. Anybody knows why I'm rolling my R for ropa? Can anybody tell me, or you just feel like I'm trying to be fancy? Which one? Gabriel, anything? Somebody says first consonant. So the rule in Spanish is simply this. When the word begins with the letter R, that's all right, don't beat up on that. When our word begins with the letter R, or when we have the double R, that is actually the only times we're supposed to roll the R. So the roll of the R, pretend this is your mouth, right? You see it now? Right now I have one green screen answer, right? Pretend this is your mouth and this is the tongue resting inside the mouth, right? On the bottom. Ropa. República Dominicana. Rojo. You notice how the tongue goes up and down? So that's the difference with the R that is rolled, as opposed to pero, P-E-R-O, which means but, pero, caro, expensive, right? It just goes up and down once. So whenever we have the R beginning at whenever we have the letter R starting off the word, or if it is double R somewhere in the middle of the word, that is when we roll our R's, right? Otra palabra, los zapatos, shoes, another word. El pan, la carne, las joyas, los juguetes, el centro comercial, la tienda de ropa, la zapatería. Remember, we stress where the accent is. We stretch out or elongate the vowel de la zapatería, la panadería, la carnicería, la joyería, la juguetería. Nice. So you notice there's a pattern. Many times the stores or the different types of stores in Spanish end in ia. That is one pattern we notice. A second pattern we notice is that the noun, which is the thing they sell in the store, is a simpler version or looks like a root word to the store. So los zapatos, el zapato, la zapatería. And the stores are usually feminine. El pan, bread, la panadería, the bakery. La carne, meat, la carnicería. La joya, las joyas, la joyería. El juguete, los juguetes, La Jugueteria. So in case you're wondering, La Jolla complex in Mocoya, that is where the name is actually Spanish, right? And we have the other words, vender, to sell, comprar, to buy or purchase. Se prohíbe, se vende, se habla, se cambia, etc. Ir de compras, that's a phrase that means to go shopping. Anybody knows what is the phrase that we usually use to mean to shop? Ir de compras is to go shopping. Voy de compras cada sábado muy temprano en la mañana. I go shopping voy de compras en el mercado. I go shopping in the market cada sábado, every Saturday. Cada sábado, every Saturday, por la mañana, in the morning. Muy temprano por la mañana, very early in the morning. Nice? So that means to go shopping, ir de compras, yo voy de compras, tú vas de compras, etc. But how do we say to shop? Like, I am going to shop in the mall today. I don't know what I'm going to buy, but I'm going to shop. Anybody knows how to say to shop?
La tienda.
La tienda is a shop, the noun, but you want to express to go to shop, to do the shopping. The phrase is actually, no, Zachary, a good guess though, is hacer las compras, to shop, which literally means to do the shopping. Check in the chat. I'm writing it for you there. Hacer las compras, which is to do the shopping, yeah? So a real common question they like to ask, ¿Quién hace las compras en tu familia? For Csec oral exam, they love to ask this question. ¿Quién hace las compras en tu familia? Who does the shopping at home? Yeah, who does the shopping in your home? Mi mamá hace las compras, mi padre, toda la familia hace las compras, the entire family does the shop together, etc., right? So we have the very key vocabulary here. Y también tenemos una lista de una lista de respuestas adecuadas. A list of appropriate responses to this question. ¿Dónde vas de compras? What is being asked here in ¿Dónde vas de compras? Who knows?
Where you just go to shop.
Excellent. Where? Once we see ¿Dónde, we know where. So where you just go and shop? Yo compro ropa en la tienda de ropa. Nice. I now seen a wrote it as well, Zachariah. Compro ropa en la tienda de ropa. Compro zapatos en la zapatería. Compro joyas en la joyería. Compro medicamentos en la farmacia. I buy medicine in the pharmacy. Compro frutas en la frutería. So we have some food stores we learn in here. I buy fruits in the fruit stall. Compro carne en la carnicería. I buy meat in the meat stall or the butcher. Compro pan en la panadería. I buy bread at the bakery. Compro pasteles. I buy cakes en la pastelería. Compro pescado y mariscos. I buy fish and seafood in the fish market, the fishmongers. Compro verduras en el mercado. I buy vegetables in the market. Compro comestibles en el supermercado. You following? Remember, we'll get a list of everything as well later, right? Anybody met any new words here that they never met before? For example, mariscos. You never saw mariscos.
Pastelería, however. Yeah, and
Pastelería.
and comestibles, however.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is this, right? In the Hispanic world, in the Spanish-speaking world, we have different stores to differentiate different things. In Trinidad and Tobago, and imagine the Caribbean at large, if you want to talk about, for example, buying bread, There's one place where you could go, you could get bread, you could get cakes, you could get pastries, and we call that place what?
The bakery.
The bakery in general. But they differentiate, right? There's specifically a place where you go to purchase cakes and what's the other thing I know say? Cakes and like pastries and that sort of stuff. But bread, there are tons of different types of bread, and we go to get that in the panaderia. Comestibles means groceries. Verdura is a synonym for the word vegetales, which means vegetables, right? Mariscos means seafood. Somebody was asking about that word. Los mariscos. Got your message? Thank you. Los mariscos means seafood. Nice. But there's something interesting between the with the word pescado. What does el pescado mean? Anybody knows?
The fish.
Pescado means fish. Correct. But pescado means fish when we're speaking about fish to be eaten. Fish to be that is already dead and out of the sea, etc. And you're going on is either already prepared to be eaten or it's to be prepared. Right? So we go by the pescaderia, the fishmonger, para comprar pescado, to buy fish. In Trinidad, what we say, the fishman, you go by the fishman and you get a fish. But if we're talking about fish in the sea, that's swimming, alive, it's in the fish bowl, we call that un pez. Right? A live fish. Anybody knows Juan Luis Guerra? Please, you all give me some hope. Anybody here knows Juan Luis Guerra? Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera. Anybody know that song?
There's a song you're singing there. Yes, I know that.
You know that song, and that is a banger for karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, you could sing it good like me, girl. Right?
Actually, no, I could sing better. I'm just not
No,
at my
I
best.
cannot sing at all. So that was I was
Well,
just
let's see where
I was
you're
trying to
putting
find company. Ah, right. Lionel says that his mother has put on for him to learn Spanish. That is a big tune. If we have time, we listen to it before class done. And it's real lyrics too, you know. Them fellas was poetic back in the days, you know. So there was some lyrics for una nueva amiga, una
The only
chica,
Spanish music I really know is Selena.
Selena,
Quintanilla.
como la flor, con tanto amor.
See,
Yeah.
I love Selena.
Lionel in the chat saying you have no talent in singing or pronouncing the words. Having no talent never stopped nobody, Lionel. You hear how wonderful I'm singing? I'm not even in the shower and I'm singing like if I'm in the shower.
It's a gaslighting yourself here.
Right? Don't let nobody tell you different way. You feel like you sing, that ain't stopping me, right? So, pay attention to those new words. Los mariscos, the difference between pescado and pez, very vital as well, right? Now we have another video here to look at, right? And I'm wondering if I should play the video or actually just teach it on my own. Which one do you think? We want to watch the video or let Weeksman teach it alone by himself? Which one? Let me take a quick vote. It's 6 minutes and a half. I think I could teach the concept in less time than that. What do you think? Go with the pretty PowerPoint or teach it for myself? All right. Jump to first unread message. Shania Renee, welcome. Nichelle. Wagwan. I feel like Nichelle not from Jamaica. But, you know, Wagwan could work same way. I'm seeing a new person. Vikash, where you joining us from, sir? This is your first time. Akila Ross. Vikash, these are new names. Where are you joining us from? What country? What school? Akila, Vikash, talk to me. Don't leave me on red. AA Barbados is in the building. What school do you go to, Akila? Come, man. Harrison College. I like my Bajan accent. Cheese on bread, big man. Nice. So wonderful friends in Barbados. So, you know, Cumberland is the best school, just putting a plug there. But yeah, we will big up Harrison College just for today's class because we have Akila with us, right? Vikash, where are you joining us from? Vikash. Now, one of the main things about this class is you can't come here and not participate, whether it's via the chat or using the thing right from Trinidad. Lenine, what's going on with you?
No, sir, I was laughing.
I realize you're laughing at my accent. What are you laughing at? My attempt at speaking like a Bajan. My family is actually from Barbados, so I should have the accent the best. Go Google Sir Everton Weeks, by the way, guys. So we're looking at the I forget how to spell in English there for a second. By impersonal say. The impersonal say. We're going to look at the impersonal say. So let us imagine we have a phrase, right? We have a phrase which says, one should learn Spanish daily. Every day. Nice. And more, less funny way to put that is you should learn. We agree? One should learn Spanish every day, or you should learn Spanish. I use the same phrase daily, a diario. One should learn Spanish every day, or you should learn Spanish daily. Which one will you find song more common? Come on, feedback. All right, let's see what we have in the chat. Number 2, the second one, you should. Nice. Now, this is perfect English as well, right? One should learn Spanish daily. So here's my question. Since we're saying that's how you is the more common one, who is the you that we're referring to?
Me?
Who's me, Lenil?
Yes.
So nobody else. Lionel shouldn't learn Spanish every day. Definitely not Gabriel. Chloe, forget about trying to learn Spanish every day, Chloe. Zachariah, don't waste your time and learn Spanish every day.
I guess so.
This lady, you're trying to set up my students for failure. No. The point I'm making is this. The reader, the person being spoken to, Akila says, Mr. Man, not me and you, we will fall out. Right. So in other words, this is a generic you. This you is referring to anybody. It's not specific to one person. No. It is impersonal. We following?
Yeah.
So let us look at a more common use of where we would see this, right? We go on into a travel agency in a Spanish-speaking country because we need to purchase we initially had a ticket and we were supposed to return from Panama. We were supposed to return from Panama next week, Friday, but it's have an emergency home. I need to be out of here by Wednesday. So I go on in the Spanish-speaking agency, the travel agency in the Spanish-speaking country, sorry. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I pay attention to Mr. Week's Spanish class? Can't talk no Spanish at all, boy. You understand? But luckily for you, you go in a place and you see a sign that says, English is spoken here. Nice? You following? Hello. I like the feedback.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Right? English is spoken here. Who is this sign referring to? Who is it giving this message to?
That's a general message, so I think
It's a general message. It is impersonal once again. So any member of the general public that is seeing this sign walking into this travel agency in this Spanish-speaking country, I would like whoever you are, I want you to know that English is spoken here. We following? Or you may see a sign that says, yes, they're probably very happy seeing that. Or we may see a sign that says, smoking, or rather, smoking is prohibited here. Or we may see a sign that says something like, what's that famous show? I want to sound old. Next thing I say something, I was like, sir, that a long time.
Grey's Anatomy.
No, not show, shoe.
Oh, a shame.
Go from here, Zachariah. You're trying to set me up for failure? Not at all. What give me the thing? A shoe. Adidas, something specific. Harachi. I spell
yeah,
Harachi. I spell that right there.
definitely not. But sis, go with a make it speller.
Well, like what I asked her to give me a shoe, or they don't want to give me no shoe. Air Max. Air Maxes are sold here, right? Apostrophe S. You don't want to mess up the Air Max sign. Right? So Air Maxes are sold here. This is our message to the general public. And all these examples I'm giving to y'all is simply to say, although the preposition say is used in the, what you call it again? The reflexive verbs, so like se levanta, he gets up, she gets up. Se despierta, he gets up, she gets up. We need to distinguish or tell the difference when it is sometimes we have se followed by what? The verb in ele, ella, usted. Version. Or you may have the verb in ellos, ellas, ustedes version. So for example, inglés, wrong E, inglés, se, followed by the verb in the third person. What is the verb to speak again? Anybody?
Habla.
Inglés se habla aquí. English is spoken here. Right? So the point I'm making is sometimes to express things impersonally, meaning to give a message that is not for one specific person, but anybody that may be seeing the message for generic you, in other words, the general you. We have the construction in Spanish, which is the pronoun se, we call it the impersonal se, followed by the verb in the third person singular form, if it's one thing, English, or the third person plural form. For example, los Air Max. Say, what is the verb to sell?
Vending.
Vender is the verb to sell, but because there's more than one Air Max, we use it in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. Se venden aquí. We following? We following?
Yes, yes, sir.
Everybody following? Now, Joelle is a vocal person, right? She not afraid, right? So let me get some more feedback from you. Shania Renee, give me the thumbs up. Akila said, yes, sir. Or rather, yes, please. That's what we were saying in Barbados. Yes, please. Hey, Akila, give me some feedback. Zachariah says yes, sir. Nichelle, what about you? I know a thing or two, you know. Right. Nice. So since we're so bad, we proclaim to be so bad, we're talking about shopping. And you're looking for fish. You trying to purchase some fish because you say, boy, I want to make a sopa de mariscos. I want to make a seafood soup. Or in Trinidad, it might be a fish broth, as we like to say, right? And you're passing around in this place and you're trying to find the fishmonger. What do we think the sign will say for the person that's selling fish? Anybody want to guess?
Pescado se venden aquí.
Excellent. As actually meaning the English sign, and we will put it in Spanish after. But that's excellent. Pescado se venden aquí. Fish is sold here. Pescado se vende. V-E-N-D-E. Now you notice, Zachariah, pescado. What is the plural of fish? We talk in English here. What's the plural of fish? Anybody knows?
Well, it could be fish or fishes.
What's the difference? When is it fish? When is it fishes? Well, I thought I'll come Spanish class, I'll learn Spanish alone. We're learning some English here too. What's the difference? When do we say fish? When do we say fishes? When do we say here, fishy, 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 fishy? Which one is that? When you're calling a fish. That was a joke, guys. So what's the difference, Lenil, between fish and fishes? Anybody knows? When it's the same type of fish, we say fish. The plural is same fish, like sheep, sheep, fish, fish. So there were hundreds of fish swimming around his foot. You know these little sardines that has the small fish on them that you see? Right, so fish is a collective noun, right? But when it's the same type of fish, we say fish. If it's different types of fish, you have kingfish, you have flying fish, you have grouper, you have mahi-mahi, you have salmon. Salmon. You have different types of fishes in the ocean, right? So for the English A peeps, which is everybody here, know that difference, right? So pescado se vende aquí because fish is a collective noun, except for when you're talking about different types of fish, right? I, as a man, want to get some beef in particular. What? He has 6 different fishes. Both sound real right. 6 different fishes. But he has a dozen, or he has 12 goldfish. There were 12 goldfish in the tank. Understand? So you want to get beef. Beef sold here. How would we say that in Spanish? Beef sold here. This is a trick question. Word, word. Word to big bird. That's what we say, Zachariah. We want to say beef sold here. What's the word for beef? Anybody knows?
I actually do not. I was just about to ask if y'all use carne, because I know beef is a type of meat now.
What's enough y'all? No, not carne de vaca. It's actually carne de res. Carne de res. That's how we say beef, right? The girl say y'all like it's my language, huh? Like, you know, all the Spanish people now, but she make me sound like I'm Venezuelan.
I was talking general.
When you say it, it will be like, yes, that. I know what you're talking about. So carne de res is how we say beef. Carne by itself, la carne, could mean meat in general. Beef, chicken, etc. Nice? If you want to say US dollars accepted here. Anybody want to take a try at this? Passing around and you're in the mall shopping and you didn't get a chance to change your money to the currency of the country. right? So you want to, what abbreviation you're referring to, Zachariah? You want to, you're really trying to buy things in the mall, but with your US dollars. No, it's not the same abbreviation, no. The U stands for United, and I would in Spanish. So US, United States dollars, that's what I'm trying to say. How do we say that? Let me give you a hint. Dólares americanos. So how would we say US dollars, dólares americanos, accepted here? Who wants to take a guess? Wrong answers are welcome. Chloe? Nobody? One person in the chat? Zachariah says, say aceptar, and it will actually be, the verb to accept is aceptar. Now, because you see accepted, that is not the past tense, that is the past participle. You notice all of them, I was saying sold, etc. That was the word, right? That is the past participle, not the past tense. Like to buy, bought. No, that's a bad example. Like she has done her homework as opposed to did. So the done there is the past participle. That is the version of the verb we use in here. So dólares americanos se aceptan. They are accepted aquí. Nice. Estamos siguiendo. Nice, Shania, se aceptan aquí. Excellent. That is Dolores, though. Is that old lady's name? I'm going to say that. Next thing, somebody named Dolores. So the conjugation is simple, Zachariah. I'm going over it one last time. I'm going over one last time for Zachariah. In order to use this expression, something is done here, is sold, is bought, is used, is accepted, is permitted, etc. In order to express that, Zachariah, we use the what we call the impersonal pronoun say, because we call it impersonal because it could be anybody we're talking to. And we follow up that with the verb in the present tense. But the verb must be in the third person singular or plural form. The él, ella, usted version or the ellos, ellas, ustedes version. So for example, English is spoken here. We say, Inglés se habla aquí, because it is one thing. But Air Maxes, plural, this type of shoe, are sold here. Los Air Max se venden aquí. Nice? I see you say you catch on now, so I'm moving on. Feel free if it is, you want to interrupt me and be like, sir, just tell me that one more time. Feel free to do that, right? So look at some more examples. Donde se vende el papel? You're going in the mall and you're trying to get some paper to print out some things. Donde se vende el papel? Where's paper sold? Se vende el papel en una papelería, the stationery store. Right? En una papelería. Donde se venden ropa, zapatos y artículos electrónicos? Where can I buy or where are they sold? Clothes, shoes, and electronic items. Se venden ropa, zapatos y artículos electrónicos en un centro comercial. In the mall you'll get that, right? ¿Dónde puedo comprar ropa, zapatos y artículos? Puedes comprar. So this is an alternate way of, instead of the say construction, right? ¿Dónde puede, puedo, etc. Nice? Look at some signs. ¿Qué se dice? Look at the sign, look at the wording below. Can you all guess what the signs are saying? Feel free to just unmute your mic and tell us. Go ahead, Lenil. The first one
is smoking is prohibited.
Excellent. Se prohíbe fumar. Smoking is prohibited. Let me get another. Lionel said the same thing in chat. Let me hear from Nichelle. Nichelle?
I think the second one is that they sell toys here.
Toys are sold here. Nice. Excellent. Nichelle, you there? Let me hear from different persons. Nichelle, let me hear from... Chloe is my Jamaican friend, correct? I'm mixing up Chloe with somebody else. Or Nichelle, is it English is spoken? Y aquí se habla inglés, nice. And se cambia dinero, the final one. Who wants to answer the final one?
They exchange money, I think. Yeah.
What does
Something.
cambiar mean? The verb cambiar means what? Somebody type in. Money can be exchanged, or money is changed here, yeah. So that is why you ever notice, even in English-speaking countries, like in Piaco International Airport in Trinidad and Tobago, if you want to change money, where do you go? Where do you go to? I think they moved the First Citizens Bank that was in the mall. But you go to the cambio. So there's a Spanish word that make it into English lingo, into English language. You go to the cambio. Or you may hear them say the exchange, right? Se cambia dinero. Nice. So as always, we will leave you with a more extensive list of the shopping vocabulary, etc. As always, right? We have the contextual dialogue. Did I explain this to us already or no? I know we did the letter, I know we did situations, we did oral exams, questions. We didn't do contextual as yet? Okay, no, we didn't. So I just watching the time, moving a bit fast, right? So we're going into the exam preparation questions now. Contextual dialogue. Who wants to tell me what is the contextual dialogue for the Csec Spanish exams?
The hardest part of the paper.
Joshua jokes already. The hardest part of the paper. Why is it the hardest part of the paper, Joshua?
Because it is hard to know what they're talking about word for word, and that is just confuse me.
Okay. It's less creative latitude you have. You actually have to write Spanish based on what they're saying as opposed to making up your own thing like with the letter or the situations. Nichelle, what was I trying to say there? The dialogue is basically they're giving you prompts to a conversation, a real-time conversation that you're having with somebody in Spanish. So you need to answer as the other person in the conversation, basically, right? Students typically, the letter and that is hard, yes. So typically, I will say that students struggle with this part the most, and we'll see why, right? But look at some tips. Look at some tips. They say to read carefully the dialogue. Read carefully the explanation of the context. It will give you some prompts before, which is given, right? Because why? This will set the tone, this will set the scene, it will give you an idea of what exactly you are required to do. So the first and most important thing, as with every part of the exam, as a teacher, this becomes so common now, we don't even bother to get frustrated or annoyed by it anymore. But a student will raise their hand in an exam. So you could explain this? Or I don't understand this. And my first question has always been, did you read the instructions? Did you read the instructions? And then they just realize, oh shucks, there were instructions. So Lionel, all enough following me on social media. Lionel, remind me to answer a question in a bit before we end, right? He has a very good question, which I actually answered this week or last week already, right? On social media. So this sets the scene, and therefore you have an idea of what you're required to do by reading the context first, the instructions, the prompts. Read before you write. Read everything before you write. Read carefully the details of the cues in English, which must be included. Make sure you understand them. Before you begin to just fill any blanks, always read the line before and read the line after. And this will help you to determine the correct tense, the correct form, whether you need to be polite or familiar, etc. Right? It will give you all these details. It will actually tell you what you need to write to start off to end off. Right? Don't give one word answers, of course. Remember, it's 80 to 100 words. Excuse me. So it's not only about showing your creativity, but showing the use of the language in a real world sense. For example, Joshua, your brethren, call you, and he said, boy, you wouldn't believe what happened. You're not going to just respond, what happened? Right? Or he might tell you, boy, if you see what happened to Sherry in a football match yesterday, what happened? You're going to be filled with surprise. You're going to have some kind of exclamation of surprise or something before you respond. Somebody asks you something and you respond, and you say, well, we could use phrases and words like this, the equivalent in Spanish, pues, entonces, etc. You could use those things, right? Ay, Dios mío, good God, before you respond. So don't just stick to the things that they give you. Use these additional things as well, right? Think in Spanish. Write your answers directly into Spanish. Do not write in English first and then try and translate it. When you're trying to write in English what you want to say and then try it over in Spanish, you are tricking yourself because your brain in English, thinking about the responses in English, is thinking on a level of expression way higher than you can express yourself in Spanish. But you see, if you think in Spanish first and respond in Spanish, you'll find yourself asking yourself, all right, how did I say this in Spanish? I don't know the word for that. What's something else I could say that will convey the same message? So when you think in Spanish, you force yourself to recycle, to reuse, to move around the words that you know in Spanish already, as opposed to writing your response in English to transfer to Spanish, and you're writing or expressing yourself at a level way higher, only to realize at the end, I don't know how to say this in Spanish. And you don't have, because a lot of students just do that for 4 to 5 years, and use Google Translate, hide and thief in school and using Google Translate or them translator apps. At home, hide and thief and use it, and feel proud of yourself and say, I did this. You did not do that. You did not figure it out. Technology did it for you. That is the difference between, that's literally the difference between cooking, callaloo, stew chicken, macaroni pie, potato salad, carrot rice, fresh salad. You go into the 4 hours and slaving and cooking.
Of course, like 3 minutes on the lunch day.
Yeah, right. That is kind of part of the menu for tomorrow. How to cook in the morning, right? So there is the difference between you slaving and cooking that, or you're going in a store and you're buying that and presenting it as your own. If I ask you to make it, you don't even know how to light the stove. Far less to know, how do I prepare the callaloo? Do I cut off the ends? What do? Do I cut it up fine? Are you using a blender, using a swizzle stick? I wonder if the fire too high, boy. You understand? There's the difference between that. Oh shucks, the fire too high. What should I do now? This is a little bit too salty for my liking. What could I do instead to combat this, boy? That is the difference between using these translator sites and doing it on your own. You're fooling yourself. You know you can't cook. So you buying food and presenting it and saying, yeah, I cook this. You're lying to yourself. So don't lie to yourself, right? Go through the painstaking process, right? So that is why you should not write in English first and then in Spanish. You're tricking yourself. But before we look at a contextual dialogue, let's look at this. Look at the criteria. The criteria is this. 16 out of 20 to 20 out of 20 is considered an excellent or very good score. 13 out of 20 to 15 is considered good. 10 to 12 satisfactory. 7 to 9 moderate, etc. We don't even want to go quite down there, right? So let's look at the excellent, because that's where we want to be, right? So an excellent response, which is 16 out of 20 to 20 out of 20, would have the person using all the cues well. It would have you organizing and developing your ideas using language that flows naturally. Remember the expressions of surprise, etc. You would have ideas and responses that are clearly expressed. You'd have a wide and proficient use of idioms, language structures, or grammatical structures, and vocabulary. As opposed to a good responses, you didn't use all. You use 4 to 5 of the cues. Your ideas were organized well, etc. Right? Somewhat less proficient. And as always, they always check the organization and these things before they check the how correct your grammar is and how wide your vocabulary is, that sort of stuff. So let's go straight into our past paper example, right? We have our past paper example here, Csec. I think 2011. I could be mistaken. Forgive me if I am, right? But it's anything. I just don't want to come out of the whole screen now. So using between 80 to 100 words, in the insert provided, complete the dialogue between yourself and Pablo, giving your responses. And this is the context. You have been in trouble quite a lot recently in school, and you realize that you must change your approach to your studies to ensure a bright future. Does this hit home for anybody? I hope not, because I hope you're already doing it, right? So your best friend Pablo shares some ideas with you on how you should improve. Pablo's the bright boy in the class, and Pablo, then, you know, this is what you have to do to change around your fortunes right now, right? So what do they want to see? Responses to all the cues listed below must be included in the dialogue. You must greet the person and express your feelings. How you're feeling about the situation that I just described here. Give an explanation as to why you're feeling that way, right? So in other words, I am feeling sad. That's expression of the feeling. I am feeling sad because my dog died. That's an explanation of your feeling, right? I had him my whole life. Something like that, right? Description of the nature of your problem, details of the plan for improvement. More than likely, this is your brethren, Pablo, telling you this. An expression of appreciation to your friend. You tell them, "Way, you know, Pablo, I never studied that." Right? So let's go into it. What does this person write? So you start off, "Hola, ¿qué tal?" They respond, "Hola, Pablo, estoy un poco triste y a la vez enojada." I'm a bit sad and at the same time annoyed, or angry rather. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué te pasa? And you notice that they don't give you set of words to work with most times, right? Why? What happened, boy? Bueno. Well, so you see the same thing I was talking about how the person used it. Bueno, pues, entonces, well, es porque recientemente. It is because recently. That should be he estado portando muy mal. I have been behaving very badly. What did I write? En el colegio, en el school, y también con los profesores, and also with the teachers. Right? Pablo says, "Continúan tus problemas con el profesor? You still have problems with our maths teacher, boy? For real?" So watch. Expression of disbelief. ¿Verdad? So you could even look in the passage and use back some things that I use. ¿Verdad? Cuéntame. Tell me. Yes, because I failed my maths class. No puedo pasar. Me cuesta estudiar, Pablo. I failed maths. I can't pass this thing, by it. Real difficult to study. ¿Por qué te envió a la oficina del director ayer? Why did they send you to the principal's office yesterday? Porque no quise hacer una tarea el día anterior. Because I didn't want to do. I think there should be porque no hice. I didn't do. Because I didn't do a homework exercise, etc. right, the day before. ¿Y qué te dijo el director cuando fuiste a su despacho? What did the principal tell you when you went to his office? Me dijo que fuera para la casa. He told me to go home to talk about what I've done. How could I help you? Pues no estoy muy segura. Pablo Zaguiel writing, right? Person who wrote this was Zaguiel. Pero, what's she right? Tal vez perhaps, me pudieras dar unas clases de matemáticas en tu tiempo libre. Tal vez followed by the imperfect or the past subjunctive. This person understands the language, understands the grammar rules, and they're using it. So perhaps you could give me some maths classes in your free time. Pablo says, that easy yourself, that easy. You know I love maths. Tú sabes que me encantan las matemáticas. Si quieres, if you want, remember, see without the accent is if. Si quieres, if you want, puedo ir a tu casa los sábados. I could come at you on Saturdays para darte explicaciones, to give you explanations y ayudarte a revisar los ejercicios de matemáticas and help you revise your maths exercise. So what does your response see? Instead of sí, you could have put verdad. En serio? Thanks so much, Pablo. You are a great friend for helping me. Llámame para saber si tus padres están de acuerdo. Pablo says, you'll call my let me know if your parents okay with that, right? Si te voy a llamar cuando llego a casa. Hablamos más tarde. Adiós. Yeah, I'll call you when I'm home. We'll talk a little later, right? The point I'm trying to make is this. Before we look at the suggestions from CXC and how to better this is an example of an excellent contextual dialogue. Before we look at what CXC is saying, I want to show you something, which I show my students in school. You need to greet and express feelings, explanation, etc. Usually, almost always, CXC will give you a prompt to start. And I tell my students this, how do we know what to fill in any blank lines? By looking at what comes before and what comes after. We know it's supposed to express feeling is a negative feeling, right? ¿Qué tal? You're expressing your negative feeling. Estoy un poco triste y a la vez enojada. I am a bit sad. Right? And the following line, so the line that precedes, that come before, will tell you what you need to start off by saying, which is giving a response to ¿qué tal? And the line that comes after gives you an indication of what you need to end off the line saying. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué te pasa? So the fact that you say ¿por qué? Means that you say something to them that has them asking why and what happened to me. So in other words, expression of a negative feeling. So simply by looking at before and after as well, we find ourselves filling in these specific cues as well, right? And the person says, bueno, es porque recientemente. Well, I read that already, right? So that before and after, we see it all the time, all the time. Read before, read after, before we give our response. Where is it? Oh, look, CXC thing here. So what does CXC have to say about this candidate's response? This is where let's get the thing to follow, right? It's never be Kieran Weeks's personal opinion. Well, it's my opinion sometimes, let me not lie. Right, but it's based on Csec. CXC is the examining body's advice. This is how I advise you, right? So the dialogue and assessing, the following aspects were considered. How much did they stick to the rubric, to the prompts given? The content, was the content sufficient to meet the word count? The correctness of expression, did the person use the correct words and phrases, etc.? So look at this, look what CXC says. The response conformed to the acceptable length for marking purposes. Although they tell you 80 to 100 words, for marking purposes, they allow you to write 10 words less, 70, and 10 words more, or 10 words more. 110. You all see that? Just like I was telling you about the letter. So you had to go and dig. To find these things, right? This is not my opinion. This is from CXC, right? 1 second. All right, I'm actually now reading your message, Akila. All the best. Take care. If you left already, no, you're here still. Be safe in Barbados, right? I don't know I think. Akila, you there? She gone already, right? I think it have a Mr. Gaskin working. I'm not sure, I could be dead wrong. Nice. So, even though they tell you 80 to 100, they allow, CXA is very lenient. They allow you to write a little bit less, a little bit more, right? The candidate responded to all 5 cues given. Attachment of insert. The insert was correctly filled out and properly attached to the candidate booklet. This is for the physical paper, right? So they're looking at the length, they're looking at you obeying the different things they say you need to write about. Bulk of the marks is there, right? Content. The candidate used all the cues. They spoke about everything they tell them to speak about, right? In some instances, in order to do that, you need to read and understand the different things given properly, right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Responses were organized and clearly expressed, resulting in dialogue which moves smoothly, comprehensible. You could easily understand it. It moves slowly. So the bueno and words like that would help it to move slowly and show organization, right? Candidate, look at the expression. Clear acquaintance with a number of expressions. Some of which were not run-of-the-mill variety, right? A la vez enojada, at the same time annoyed. Me cuesta estudiar, right? Meaning it is difficult to study. Tal vez me pudieras. Perhaps you could. These are high-level Spanish phrases and words. So when I teaching you all things like say, followed by the third person in the present tense, se habla, if you could use them things in your writing, automatically you would end up like this where they're using examples like that, right? The script presented different tenses used correctly. We had the imperfect, or it's also called the past subjunctive. We had the past, the present continuous tenses, etc. So the tenses that were used were appropriate to what needed to be done. Look at the measurements for the measures for improvement. Quality of work was reduced by the number of or frequency of incorrect spelling, putting in accents where they were not required. Careful attention must be given, right? So this is where the student lose marks, in other words. So don't feel accents are there to pretty up the word. They are there to serve a purpose, right? We have another example. You have a contextual dialogue from the year 2020. We won't go through this tonight. We ran out of time, right? We have some more from 2015. So I will leave these for you all to look at. We have some prepared these for next week as well, right? Some questions based on shopping. So we have some stuff to read up on, some past paper type thing to read up on. We headed on to the Wayaga. It's the last 5 classes, right? So now it is time for our weekly quiz. We're still warming up. Let's see who's the winner this week. So you're going to get the code. You can go in quizzes and join via the link that you see in there. Via the code, sorry. The link is in the chat. 041576. I ain't seen anybody join yet. So I wanted to know.
Sorry, just scroll up and see code, please.
Sorry. It's in the chat as well for you all. Laniel is here. Laniel is spell it now. There's an I. Shania Renee is here. Leo. Zachariah. And I'm going to say like Joshua Frey this week. Or I want to see he there already. Nichelle 5.2. How many persons missing? All right, let's begin. Start time. Let's go. 10 questions. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see who's the winner tonight. And we have Joelle leading the pack. Tonight we have Joelle, she's leading the pack. But look out, Joshua is coming back to claim his first spot. And he's on a winning streak, 3 in a row. Will I make him nervous? Will he drop the ball? Will Lenil overtake him? Or will he maintain his winning streak? But let's not speak too quick because Shania Renee is right there as well as Joel and Zachariah. Joshua's moving right on through the number 1 spot. He's not going to let anybody overtake him, but Zachariah is quickly making his way up into 3-way tie for 2nd spot with Joel and Lenil. We also have Lionel just on the outskirts. But Joelle is coming back for where she started. That's the number 1 spot, guys. Let's see. What will she do? Will she win this evening? Can somebody from the end, Nichelle, Lionel, come back and beat them? Will they beat them on points? Or will they beat them on time? Zachariah has completed with 6,000 points. Do we have another winner? My other student, Zachariah, is in 2nd place. 48 points. 54. We've seen that the girls, Lenil and Joel, just had a bit of a stumble. But will they come and overtake these guys? Or will my students make me proud? Let's go, Zachariah. Let's see. Zachariah has completed and tied for 6,000 points with Joshua. Lenil is just behind in 2nd place as well as Joel. But Shania Renee is overtaking them. Can she garner just over 60 points, 600 points rather, to overtake Joshua and Zachariah? Zach, move now. Y'all are tied. You can't move him. He's unmovable. But Gabriel is coming up. We have 2 persons tied in 2nd place, 3 persons tied in 1st place. Shania come up and she is at the top with the other 2 victors. Is our victress. I think that is the word for it, victress. Victrix. As a female form of victor. Yes, we have Lionel as well, but who will be the winner? Who will crown it off tonight? But we have a 3-way tie for 1st place. How will it go? So we're gonna end the quiz in 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. 15 seconds remaining before we end the quiz. Can they come up and win? 14, 13, 12, 11. Somebody just joined. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Chloe. Uno más, Chloe. Y ya. We will have to end it here, unfortunately. We'll have to end here. We'll have to end it here. Sorry for the persons that got to log on late. And who are our winners? Let's see if the computer will work it out for us based on the speed at answering. and the winners. Let's see what our leaderboard looks like. In 3rd place, we have. So we tied with points for 1st, but based on speed of answering, let's see what it gives us. In 3rd place, who do we have? It didn't give us nobody. In 3rd place, we have Zachariah. This is based on time you took to answer as well, right, Zachariah? In 2nd place, we have Gabriel. And in 1st place, we have, I'm not seeing the screen anymore. Who was 1st place? No, 2nd place, we have Shania. And in 1st place, we have Gabriel. Right, so the reason why we're seeing Gabriel at the top is it has worked out your time as well. Who would have taken less time, I believe? No podium finish, boy. Hard luck, fellas, right? We're coming back for revenge next week. So we have we have 2 boys and 1. Gabriel is a boy, correct? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Sorry, Gabriel. Sorry. My Jamaican chargy, how could I do you that? It's Jamaica or Guyana?
Jamaica.
My Jamaican chargy. How could I do my Jamaican chargy that? Who goes to Jonathan Glenn? I just trying to bring back everything to memory. Right. So give yourself a round of applause. Our first place winner for this evening is Gabriel, all the way from Montego Bay, Jamaica. I don't know if she's from Montego Bay. I'm just calling things. Where are you from? What part of Jamaica are you from? Which parish?
St. Catherine.
St. Catherine. That is where Spanish Town is located?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So all the way from the parish of St. Catherine, we have our winner this evening, Gabriel Harriet. Big up yourself, Gabriel. Go and spread the word to your friends that I'm coming and see if it is Hubara, Jamaica, Trinidad, what? Like, yeah, some little, you know? Let me spice it up. The Wi-Fi moving faster, we moving slow because we have flow. You have a point, Zachary. Joshua. Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, hemos llegado al fin de nuestra lección de hoy. We have arrived end of our lesson today. Nice. Don't forget the study material. You have all the material in the Discord. Don't forget to join. And we have some materials to look at, right? For next week. Daily study material. These were the questions. Let's end off. How would we answer this? ¿Cuál es tu materia favorita y por qué? ¿Quién responde a esta pregunta? ¿Cuál es tu asignatura favorita y por qué? Gabriel, please help me to pronounce your name.
Sir, it's Gabriel.
Gabriel, ¿cuál es tu asignatura favorita y por qué? Español. Senior Weeks. How do you respond to that, Gabriel? Gabriel, sorry.
Mi asignatura favorita es biología.
Español. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. You go right ahead.
Mi asignatura favorita es biología.
Español. What's that you said? Español.
Es biología.
Es biología, ¿por qué?
Porque es muy interesante.
Excelente, es muy interesante. Zachariah, ¿cuál materia no te gusta y por qué?
No me gusta español. El español.
¿Por qué? I knew you'd have said that. ¿Por qué, Zachariah?
Porque el profesor.
Listen, the bag Alex I have for come Monday morning bright and earlier. You see my two students, the bag Alex I have for you. Finally, somebody who actually nice. Somebody who not mean. I hear from Shania. Shania, ¿quién es tu profesor o profesora favorito o favorita y por qué? Shania, who wants to answer this one? Chloe, you want to try with this one? Where's my friend from Guyana? Is she with us tonight? Joelle is usually talkative. She's awfully quiet right now.
Name, so.
I feel I know the answer to this one, but I want to hear you say it. ¿Quién es tu profesora favorita?
No tengo un favorito profesor.
Un profesor favorito,
Alaya. my teacher anyway. Just now.
Tell me.
Mi favorita profesora es mi. I feel like I'm saying something wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to show you. Mi favorita or mi pro.
Oh God.
Go ahead, try again.
So my brain well tired right now, eh? Sorry.
Mine too. That's all right. Mine too. I understand. Joshua, you banned from my class this week, by the way. I just saying. So, mi profesora o profesor favorito. Go ahead.
Yeah, mi profesora favorita es mi sociales estudia. I don't know how to say social studies.
All right, I'm gonna help you out, right? Is that male or female?
A female.
Mi profesora favorita. Repite.
¿Mi social studies teacher?
No, tú repites, por favor. Repite. Mi profesora favorita. Repite, Joel.
Mi profesora favorita
Es mi profesora de.
es mi profesora de
Los estudios sociales.
los estudios sociales porque ella es bastante amorosa.
Ella es bastante amorosa. Muy bien. Nice. So we got the drift, guys. That was a bit of revision from last week, actually. So we have reached the end of our class for this evening. Un fuerte aplauso para cada uno de ustedes. Ustedes fueron excelentísimos hoy. Me encanta mucho la clase de hoy. Me encanta la interacción que tenemos. Me encanta las bromas que a veces no son chistosas, pero de todos modos que...
Too fast, sis. Too fast.
You can't talk to me right now, bro. I'm too. Go from here. Bromas, B-R-O-M-E-S. Bromas is jokes. I was saying I appreciated the interaction in class today. I appreciated the jokes, which at times were not funny. And I was actually thinking about Joshua while I was saying that. All them jokes he trying to make about me. And look at that, he interrupted at the same time. Shania said it's her favorite teacher. He telling the girl how she lie. Well, ever see things so? Why you lying?
He's sounding like a hater to me.
Yeah, he's sounding so to me too. I'm pretty sure if he put on his camera now, hater will be written across his forehead. But that's neither here nor there. Joshua, I'm building up an army against you. You quiet now, boy. Yikes.
And I'm trying to get bond on things from Sid Love. Nice Spanish.
You know that kicks I ain't go ban you. I'll just make you stand up outside like, you know. Here now. All they don't study them fellas, them just tell me the worst set of things. I cut my hair bald, my form first let me know this week I looking like a cancer patient. See the kind of treatment I started working to? They like basis.
Nah.
You understand? So that is the kind of things I have to put up with on a daily basis. So I think it's easy. Don't talk about them fellas and them, Joshua and them. I can't remember the things they tell me. They were so hurtful. I put them far to the back of my mind, you know? No, them fellas just tell me all kind of thing, but I just get them back to Joshua could lie. Anyway, guys, before I stall you and ramble in circles, it was nice having you. And we'll meet up next week, right? Don't forget to follow on social media on YouTube. Somebody was asking something. Lionel had a question. And I don't know if you all have been following me on all social media platforms. If you are not, you should be. Because, for example, if it is you go here, boom, you say, "Way, what kind of mad thing is this, boy?" Weeks on the screen and on the screen. I've been putting out a series of shorts as you would see here. And in one of those YouTube shorts, I actually spoke about the exact question that you were asking me, Lionel. And that question is, does Csec Spanish have an SBA? Which is what you asked me if it's a paper, 3 or orals. Correct?
An SBA?
So let's listen to the response. Simple answer to this question is no. The equivalent of the SBA component is the Csec Spanish oral exams, or as we call it, paper 3. So how do you go about improving to be able to ace this exam? As always, practice, practice, practice with the guidance of a teacher, and most importantly, practice in an environment that doesn't punish you when you make mistakes in speaking, pronunciation, etc. Comment below if this was helpful. Right, so comment below if that was helpful, my G. Nice. And this week you'll be seeing more videos like that, guys. Let's go. All right, Zachariah. I don't know what was that, but all right. Nice. That answer question, Zach. Lionel. What in most subjects you would call the paper 3 or the SBA is the Spanish orals? Lionel? Nice. I know she responded in the chat. The whole idea behind the SBA is to allow you to use this stuff in a practical sense, whatever the main thing of the subject is. So in English, we're teaching you how to communicate. That is why you have your expository, etc. Right? The SBA for accounts is you have to do a balance sheet and trial balance and that sort of stuff. So the SBA, school-based assessment, basically allows you to enact what you learn in the subject. Who asked what school are you teaching at? Me ain't see nobody ask.
I asked that. I've been
I didn't see it in the chat. If you did ask, I apologize. Did you see it in the chat or no?
Yes, I said which school you teach at and in which region.
I teach in the Port of Spain region at St. Mary's College, Port of Spain. Yeah. I don't know what to add to that. Them fellas don't take months, so let's come and allow them take months. Did I start to come to class on a Saturday to take money in a week? Them are no time for me. I'm joking, guys. Right? So yeah. Yeah. What's the furthest we have? Before we leave, let me just find out this. We have Jamaica, St. Catherine Parish, Spanish Town, Spain Town, as somebody reminded me this week. Where else we have persons from? South, East, West corridor, where exactly? Port of Spain, Joel?
Northern area.
Northern area. What about you, Lenil?
Sorry, so where is that? My Wi-Fi just dropped for a minute.
What area you go to school? What?
I go to school in Trinity, but I go to Bishop's East.
Bishop's East, right?
Yes.
So we have East, we have North. What else we have? Nichelle is Guyana, I think.
Joshua agreed on that.
I don't know. Can't be me.
And
I
Joshua,
hope it's not you.
And Joshua going CIC.
This lady, let me leave this civil. Right? I went CIC too. Don't bash the CIC, don't bash the bishops. Nichelle is from South Trinidad. Active hater, boy. Jeez. Bishops, my God. Olio, good, enjoy the night. Olio, answer that question. And next time, Joshua looking to get busted, and I'm not trying to get busted while Big Son flinging. So enjoy your nights, people. And yeah, we'll pick up. Que tenga una buena noche.